Okay, you have 3 framed pictures. How much did you spend?
Over 7,000.
How much was it?
For all 3 tickets, because we took my daughter, it was 4,500.
What the fuck? That's
But I got
way
That's
more.
insane. How much is the
Numbers.
Y gonna cost?
About $8,000.
I was thinking 10.
I think 10 is probably reasonable, yeah.
Okay, so today we're going to be taking a look at some of the guests from the financial audit, and you already know what that means. Awful decisions when it comes to money, clip after clip. We have a ton of stuff to go over today, along with comments from you guys from previous videos. So if you want to be featured on a future video, leave in the comments down below. Well, let's start off with somebody who spent $7,000 for some pictures.
Okay, you have 3 framed pictures. How much did you spend?
Over 7,000.
Wait, how? $7,000. So that's why. So that's the $5,000 I'm not accounting for.
You got
No,
scammed.
listen, they were printed in Ireland and then they framed them there and, and then sent them to Florida.
What does it mean?
That's why.
Why is that so special, Ireland?
No, listen. I work in logistics. That's why it's so much money. It made sense
Put
in
them
my head.
CVS, you
I mean, yes, sure. I know that now, but I really
You know
want
that now? Anyone that is above
but
the age of 5 knows not to get them from Ireland.
They're like heirlooms that I'm gonna be able to pass down to
No,
our
it doesn't
kids.
matter. It's the same print. You can do a U.S. print.
But they're very beautiful.
It would be beautiful. The United States has the same technology Ireland has.
This would be a different story if it was a painted portrait of the family, and you wanted it to be some sort of family heirloom passed down. But all it really is a couple of prints. I bet the frames look really nice as well, probably not $7,000 nice, but we could go over to the comments. I bought both of my son's cars for the total of what she spent on those pictures. I was nearly on her side. Art for some reason is a good investment, but a print, even if it was a high quality painting of their family, I don't think that'd be a great investment because no random stranger would purchase it down the road. Obviously, your family would want to keep it, but they wouldn't buy it off of you. So I don't really know too much about that one. But we could go on to the next clip, which competes with the first one, on how ridiculous such a large amount of money was spent.
How much was it?
For all 3 tickets, because we took my daughter, it was 4,500.
What the fuck? That's
But I got
way
some
That's
more.
insane.
But I
That's way
danced all
more than
night.
what we had agreed.
And I was pregnant.
That's insane.
Still though,
What
like,
the wrong with you? What did she tell you it was?
it was 2,000.
Half? More than half.
But it was Shakira, and I don't know what else gonna be able to see her.
Shakira.
Hips don't lie.
But
You're
you do.
serious? It was
You
4
do.
grand?
You're a liar.
Yeah, sorry. But I
She
didn't get
doesn't give a
I mean, Caleb's dead right about that one. She does not care at all. Was completely fine lying to him, saying that it was half the price. And I guess some of the other justifications is that she was pregnant, she danced all night, so it's worth spending $4,500 for a concert. Nobody is worth $4,000 plus to see. $4,500 for Shakira is insane. I'd love to go see Shakira, but I'd never justify wasting that much money. And with her giggling about this choice throughout the entire clip, I wouldn't doubt these types of decisions happen pretty often.
Reason that I overspent on my kids for Christmas is because I did not have a good life. I raised my brothers. He raised his brothers. We did not have good lives growing up. Neither one of us did. So we go out of our way to give our kids we did not have.
You're giving them trinkets instead of setting up for a better life.
We have life insurance. We have retirement.
Okay, life insurance is f***ing death. You have your savings is almost nothing. You guys are on the brink.
They have
Trinkets
life
don't
insurance.
matter.
We have life insurance.
Trinkets,
we have retirement.
We're talking life insurance. That isn't gonna save you in the moment an emergency hits.
An emergency hit and drained our emergency fund.
Exactly. Yet you still spent $4,000 on Christmas, $2,800 going to Universal, all while
The one
consolidating your
time
debt.
we spent money on ourselves and
One
not our
time-
kids.
No, come on, dude. Did we not just go through the last credit card where you went to and spent on money
On the
every day?
kids. We
Every
were
day?
with the
Exactly.
kids.
You're choosing trinkets while your emergency fund was drained.
We'll just go straight over to the comments with this one. Why do people think breaking generational curses means go spend beyond your means when you have kids of your own? We've heard this a couple times in the credit card debt videos. I just want my kids to have the best life they can, so we're gonna go on trips nonstop. I'm gonna buy whatever they want, and along with possibly turning them into spoiled brats, you're now in an unbelievable amount of debt that your children will also have to deal with down the road because you'll never have any money. That turns into a financial burden on them, all to go on trips and buy trinkets constantly. Does she know what life insurance is for? I didn't get that either. She was making it seem like that would just solve every problem, but you do have to die. Why are they even there? She doesn't want to hear the truth. She's blaming her kids for her careless spending. This is unfortunately a lot more common than you think.
What is the car?
It's a Nissan Rogue, 2016.
What do you think it's worth when you owe $20,281.54?
I think it's worth $12,000.
Okay, it's worth $6,710.
Are you kidding me?
According to Kelly Boob,
That's rough. Like under a lot.
and we know it's under a lot of pressure. Late fee. No,
582 is my monthly minimum payment.
What's the interest rate?
29%.
Oh,
Yeah. But okay, to be fair, I thought that it was 29% over the whole thing. I didn't know it was per year because I'm stupid. Yeah.
What?
I didn't have my mommy go with me.
Okay, yet another example of somebody not knowing how interest works. We've gone over this so many times on this channel already, but I mean, even if you didn't know about it, there's gotta be some sort of instincts that come in when you go to the dealership, or possibly a buy here, pay here lot, when you still owe $20,000 on a 10-year-old Nissan Rogue. I'm surprised it's still driving around in the first place. Wouldn't doubt the transmission will go pretty soon, but we'll go over to the comments. They absolutely scammed her. How is 29% possible? My first loan was 26%. Got it when I was 22. No one should be able to get a loan until they're 35. This is why financing and taxes should be taught in schools, and hopefully seeing these nightmare situations all the time on my channel will at least wake some people up in realizing how important being financially literate is.
Wait till you get to the errands that we almost got a divorce over. That's the fun.
The errands?
Yeah.
Well, what does that mean?
There's more.
There's
errands.
more.
What is
through
an
errands.
errand?
Oh, it's like a
rent to own.
like
It's
rent a center.
50 to 70% APR. It's great.
Oh, 70%
Yeah.
loan on an Xbox?
Yeah, errands is predatory. It's great.
Predatory that you keep coming back to for the things
No, that
you
was all
want.
within a
Predatory, I don't want
3
to
day
hear it.
thing.
That you chose to do.
Not anymore once we're done with it, but
Yeah.
Yeah, we'll see. I don't know. These
No, we
statements, these
genuinely-
statements scream you guys will be poor forever because your
Yeah, the
decisions.
difference is one of the errands we unironically almost
The
got
difference is
divorced
you
over.
just went and affirmed a fucking laptop for $1,002 at 30% interest. I don't want to hear it. It's not like behavior has dramatically changed by any means. Sure, we went from 50% interest to 30. You're still getting absolutely.
So we went from a crazy interest rate on a car loan to a crazy interest rate for an Xbox and a laptop. Apparently they almost got a divorce over this as well. I remember older clips we've seen where the guy had around $90,000 in CSGO skins and his account ended up getting banned, so all the money just evaporated. There are a plethora of insane choices just on that episode alone.
$250 a week on Duncan?
Probably.
Doing what?
Because it's like $20 each time.
What?
Like coffee and donuts.
How often?
Probably.
Every day you're getting donuts every fucking day? How are you in love?
I don't know.
You will be.
Yeah, probably. But I get everyone else breakfast too.
You owe them money. Stop buying them donuts that you can't afford.
Dunkin', whenever she walks in, it's a valid crash out. What is in Dunkin' Donuts that costs $250 a week? Spending $250 a week on Dunkin' should be a felony. Another image just saying $250. When Caleb's voice hits that frequency, you know the finances are bad. And we got a comment from you guys talking about going out to eat. When my wife and I don't feel like cooking, we still cook. Eating out is for extremely special occasions. But some people start putting Dunkin' Donuts into their daily routine. You start going every single day. And it could possibly get so crazy that you could be spending $250 a week. But any of that kind of stuff, going out to eat, maybe getting Chick-fil-A for lunch pretty often. Maybe it's not incredibly expensive for a single purchase, but they definitely add up over time.
What do you do for a living?
I've been blacklisted for most jobs.
Whoa.
I have a criminal background.
What did you do?
I told Governor Abbott on Twitter that I would eat his heart. And that solicited a big reaction. I was arrested by 6 agents. They knocked on my door, and I spent 4 days in jail on a misdemeanor B terroristic threat. It sounds way worse than it is because I'm not a cannibal, for one. I don't eat hearts. Like, that's a metaphor.
Good to know.
And they were thinking about making it a felony.
That must be pretty scary. 41, no career.
Yeah, I'm kind of freaked out. My savings are gone.
Oh, jeez.
I'm mostly dependent upon my parents. They pay my rent.
No.
Okay, so we have somebody saying some pretty crazy stuff online, which is not too out of the ordinary in today's world, and getting some pretty severe consequences. This is a much more extreme example of a series that I have on my second channel, where people regularly get fired for their TikToks, their videos, social media posts, and in this person's case, it seems like they've gotten blacklisted from most companies. I truly don't know how you'd survive long term, but no matter how anonymous you think you are or anything that you say on the internet doesn't matter. It's just not the case when it comes to 2026. And people can find you.
You got a $4,000 debt on your credit for your boyfriend's PC? You keep going into debt for their hobbies and then they leave you and then it gets
It was necessary. I know that when you're with people, you love them and trust them. But who's taken out a loan for you? I would love to know. Has anybody taken out a loan for you?
Your sugar mom room with no sugar.
No.
Have you ever co-signed a debt for a boyfriend?
Nope. And you know what? I wouldn't. Unless I'm married, I'm not co-signing shit.
That's not a normal thing. It's you getting taken advantage of. It's different for a spouse, but for a boyfriend...
Right.
I don't like it.
I mean, this is just a different version of the cosigner stories we've talked about with car loans. A girlfriend, a boyfriend, your parents want you to be a cosigner, and as soon as they stop making payments, you're now on the hook. And that's exactly what it sounds like when we're talking about the $4,000 gaming PC. I'm guessing it's a top-of-the-line build, but that's just absolutely insane to me.
How much is Hawaii gonna cost?
About $8,000.
I was thinking 10.
I think 10 is probably reasonable. Yeah.
We are going on our honeymoon in Hawaii, so that's gonna be great. It's like a dream honeymoon.
Yeah, because everything has to be everything we want, regardless of if we can afford it.
And that's the last like large expenditure that we're gonna have,
we'll
that we're gonna
see.
do.
Well, we want to have a kid, so and then we want to buy a house. So
You have $250,000 in debt. I don't give a. You are not entitled to this.
But our household income covers that $250,000 in debt. I'm not saying that
it
we're gonna...
doesn't, because you're just keeping it. You're maintaining it. You're replacing it every time. How is this not making sense?
I'd like to add on that the same couple had a $70,000 wedding, that they're now adding another $10,000 for Hawaii. And as you heard, they have a pretty sizable income, but they spend so much more that they're still in $250,000 worth of debt. At that point, for me, there are just no excuses. Wait, the $70,000 wedding did not include a honeymoon? What a ripoff.
So what's your plan to get rich?
Day trading after I file bankruptcy.
And tell me about your day trading strategy.
Oh, I want to do futures. I don't really know much about it, but I just know that people get rich from it.
The vast majority lose money day trading. It's like 85%.
My brother was doing it full time and he's pretty successful. It's like,
call him.
He probably won't answer.
What up?
Hey, brother. How much money did you make day trading?
I've kind of averaged right around 90 a year so far.
She thinks she's going to be a professional day trader. She wants to do futures.
That's disgusting.
Oh. What?
What do you day trade?
Options. So Facebook, Tesla, things like that.
Okay, so a few things there. We got another person saying, oh, I'm just going to do this because I've heard people get rich from it. As if you could just decide to start day trading and immediately start making money. Why stop there? I'm just going to decide to be a professional football player. They make even more money. Do you see what I'm talking about? And even her brother, who is apparently somewhat successful in doing this, said what she wanted to do was disgusting. So needless to say, I don't think this career is really going to take off. If anything, she's just going to lose a ton of money. Another thing that I forgot in the comments, after I file for bankruptcy. Yeah, I'm just gonna hit the reset button, no consequences for me, and then I'm magically gonna get rich day trading. Okay.
What's this hidden debt thing?
Okay. So in order to learn to code, I went to a coding boot camp. And when they placed me in a job, they would get a portion of my income for a couple years. They never placed me in a job, but they still want a chunk of my income.
Really? What do you owe them?
On the low end, like a few thousand.
You told me that it could be 15 to 30,000.
What the Bill? What do you think, Brittany? He completely hid this from you. It's crazy.
Quite frankly, he's been hiding things from the start, especially with the finances. You would hide things from me. You said I could know the finances when I had an income.
Well, yeah, if you don't have an income, there's not really a point in having you worry about
I
it.
want to know how fun I am.
But doesn't he also not have an income? He did whatever coding boot camp and then he didn't get a job after that. I mean, hiding this kind of stuff from your spouse is obviously bad, makes it almost inevitable down the road to break up or divorce. And regardless of all of that, if you've seen the news or any of the layoff videos that I've done, AI has hit coding especially hard. All of the CS degrees that have graduated over the past few years are having an absolutely horrible time trying to land a job. We could go over to the comment section. You could learn to code for free. I feel like if you truly wanted to, you could. There's a ton of stuff on YouTube alone talking about coding. There was a reply though, it was supposed to be for networking and finding you a job after learning to code. That's what the payment was mainly about, connections, even though they didn't give them any, and coding is going to be one of the first careers replaced by AI. I've never heard of a boot camp wanting some of your earned income until today. Seems very scummy as well. Did anyone tell him AI is about to do all of the coding? That's the rest of the comment section. That situation is not looking good whatsoever. But it's okay. In this next clip, we're going to learn how to do a money ritual spell, and all of us are just going to have $1 billion after.
This is a money ritual spell that I brought.
It has never worked.
Anytime I use a money ritual, I always ask for just my bills to be paid. This is a specific money ritual where I'm going to be asking for a specific amount of money, which is to clear up my debt. It does do something because, again,
Why don't you actually just go do shit?
I do shit. This is another way to help. It's an additional support. Like I said, I've never asked for a specific amount. I've only ever asked for my bills to be covered.
Why don't you go
and that has
earn
helped
a
me.
specific amount?
I do earn a specific amount.
Girl, we're not doing witchcraft on my studio.
If any of this stuff ever worked for her, why is she on the financial audit? She would obviously have no debt and have all the bills paid. And shocker, that's not what's happening. And one of the comments I think is just perfect for this clip, so we're going to talk to the air and hope for money. I don't know how it's going to appear out of thin air, but it's definitely not working out for her.
Listen, what do you think you spent when you brought in 5,000 whatever?
I'm going to say 8,000.
It was 8,000. How is 8,000 even close to acceptable?
I'm waiting on universal basic income to get me out of debt.
So it's a new thing signed into law in Arkansas that I'm not aware of?
Actually, Governor Sanders has signed something into law that says that we can't have universal basic income.
How are you waiting for something that just became illegal?
I'm waiting for federal to override that.
You're waiting for Andrew Yang to become president.
I think it's possible at some point.
The absolute delusion some people live in is mind-blowing. You think a basic income will ever get you out of debt somehow? Exactly, because let's say that does happen. They're not going to give this guy even more money compared to everybody else just because he's in debt, along with just sitting and waiting for some time in the future for a random politician to apparently enact this, as those same politicians will say whatever they can just to get your vote at the end of the day. Then when they get into office, they don't do it. They lie to you. And the cycle just happens over and over again.
You can't work a job because of your dog separation anxiety. At that point,
you are not going to survive in society.
My therapist has come to the recommendation that I not have a direct boss.
Girl, you're not going to survive. Everyone has a boss.
Do you?
Yes, the audience.
Uh-huh.
I have a boss. The platform that I'm on, I have to follow the rules and regulations, or else
no money.
Every month it is getting more competitive to get a remote job. More people are getting laid off in tech. We could get you an in-person job.
Where am I going to put my dog?
For an in-person job.
She has severe separation anxiety and she ate through my door.
You might have to
surrender the dog
if you cannot
survive as a human being.
Because if you're not able to survive,
they're not able to survive.
While I agree with that, I feel like she's just blaming the dog so she doesn't have to get her job. I know we've gone over this guest a few times before. This entire episode was just an absolute mess. But we could go over to the comments. A therapist is not a life coach. How did the human society come to this? I don't know. To me, it seems like this one is one of the examples where you can't help everyone. You just gotta let them do their own thing, make their own mistakes, and deal with the consequences.
Dude, allowing the electricity to be shut off near your kids is unacceptable. Yeah. If electricity is being cut, why are we spending $860 going out to eat?
Because my kids like Chick-fil-A and they have dietary issues.
Do they like electricity?
They do.
Okay, priorities.
I know, but there's not a lot to do where we live, and it's hot as hell in Arizona. Sometimes you have to go inside, and then I get a sweet treat on the way.
Then you can't
Starbucks,
about the electricity being cut off if you're going and getting a sweet treat. You.
But he couldn't even afford Christmas. Like, we couldn't even do Christmas. I had to,
Well, that's okay. That's not an emergency. I don't give food on the table, utilities, roof overhead comes first.
when my kids have to experience like the lights going out multiple times during the year,
You allowed utilities to be cut?
Yeah.
Okay, so before I say anything, we'll just go over to the comment section. Can CPS get involved with this one? Dietary restrictions and takeout food do not mix. Exactly. I feel like so many people are delusional when it comes to Chick-fil-A because overall, yes, it is a bit healthier than just hammering down Baconators and Big Macs 24/7. But if you're comparing it to healthy home-cooked meals, it is not good for you. She literally put herself first before her family. He couldn't even afford Christmas. 30 seconds later, and I get a sweet treat on the way. You can't afford the utility bills apparently. Power's going off constantly. But I absolutely have to go get my Starbucks. Cut off electricity with kids in Arizona? That's how people die every summer from heat exhaustion. No utilities means no AC in the house in Arizona. Unacceptable. This one does seem like CPS should get involved. And we got a comment from you guys that goes perfectly with this. It's terrifying how many adults have the mentality of children while they're raising children as well.
What do you do for a living?
I'm a district manager for a few Anytime Fitnesses in the area.
What are you making in that position?
I make around 62.
Okay, 62.
I kind of have a really big secret that I've been keeping from my boyfriend.
What?
I filed bankruptcy about a year ago. He doesn't know that after the bankruptcy, I got a couple more credit cards. And
He doesn't know that you went into debt again.
No.
Is that what you're saying?
No idea.
Your debt's substantial.
Yes.
Wait, you applied to come on the show and you guys traveled here together. What the was he thinking was happening here?
I don't know, because he kind of asked me, like, why are they bringing you on? I'm like, I don't know. But another big thing, too, is with the bankruptcy, his mom actually paid for it for me.
So everybody's just going behind this guy's back, I guess? I mean, if somebody's going on the financial audit, you have to know their finances are a wreck, but just yet another case of not communicating with your partner along with his own mom. But we could go over to the comment section. $60,000 for district is terrible. Bankrupt a year and back in substantial debt is crazy work.
So you still don't have a job?
I'm unemployed until I get employed again.
What does that mean? You've been unemployed for like 3-4 years.
No, I'm a realtor.
50% of realtors actually sell a house within a year.
I sold 8 for my first year.
How much did she bring in?
40,000.
Okay, so poverty.
From 0 to 40.
0 to 40 is good, but you could make that at McDonald's. So
you can make
Maybe
more
I
at
should try
McDonald's.
that.
Yeah, you would make more at McDonald's.
Going over to the comment section, I'm unemployed until I get employed. And nope, last year, 70% of realtors didn't sell a house. That was my thought right away. Not many people could afford all of these overpriced homes across the country. And because of that, obviously the sales are going down. So the realtors aren't making any money.
So is this a repoed car?
Oh, yeah.
You still owe $7,294. It's on your credit.
Yeah. You know how much I owed when it got repoed? It was almost $30,000.
Well, why'd you have a car get repoed?
Because I couldn't afford it.
When? Why'd you get a car you couldn't afford?
June of last year. I had it for about a year.
Oh my goodness, your dad's giving you his car now.
Yeah, but yeah, no, the car was, that was a 25% APR.
Why a car you couldn't afford though?
It was a really nice car. It was a 2018 Honda Accord and it was cute.
And it sounds like you got it from some sort of buy here, pay here lot. So even with it being a pretty reliable car, especially compared to the old clip with the 10-year-old Nissan Rogue, you couldn't afford it at the end of the day, and now you got a repo. Imagine getting a 25% interest rate on an 8-year-old car. Well, again, going back to the previous clip was a 10-year-old car with 30% interest rate, a 2018 Honda Accord for $30,000, forget the interest rate. I have a 2018 Accord, I'm a 47-year-old dad of 2, it's not cute. I traded my 2018 Accord Sport in 3 years ago for $22,000 with 60,000 miles. It was in immaculate condition. How did she get one for $30K at 25% APR? Like I said, it kind of sounds like it was a buy here, pay here lot because that is an absolutely horrendous deal.
Clash Royale, Clash Royale, Clash Royale, Clash Royale, Clash Royale, Clash Royale. Tinder Premium, and you're not even making use of it. By the way, just Tinder, move on. Go to Hinge. Oh, there's Hinge. Clash Royale, Clash Royale, Hinge. Clash Royale, Hinge. Lots of paying for the Hinge. Touch Tunes Music. Golden tea, golden tea, golden tea. What are these? And then there's the past due fee.
Okay, we're going straight over to the comments. How can you not know what golden tea is? I have no idea what it is, and there was a reply. What is it? It's a golf game at a bar. So I don't know if it's some sort of gambling game or just something you can play on those touchscreen devices. But another comment, Clash Royale is a free game, and this guy's buying a whole bunch of gems non-stop. I haven't played that game in such a long time, but I did hear the controversial news of level 16 in the game that would take an unbelievable amount of time to grind, so you're incentivized to just buy everything. It was just a cash grab by the company. And I guess we got an example right here of somebody falling for it.
Why are we in all this debt?
Well, my dad has opened 3 credit cards in my name.
In your name?
Yeah.
What is he doing with this?
DoorDash.
I have notes here. In the hobbies read, likes to eat out. DoorDash/Uber Eats. Dating, likes to buy people meals. So he's doing DoorDash.
Yeah.
That's one of your hobbies.
Yeah, it runs in the family.
So probably not the best hobbies, buying people meals with our finances.
Okay, I don't like when other people pay for me. So I kind of always insist on paying for everything.
Why?
It kind of feels that it's like something that can be held against me. Like, you know, okay, well, I paid for this, so now you have to have sex with me, or now you have
and then
to do
say,
it.
F off.
I know, and I have a hard time with that. So instead, I just insist on paying, and then that takes out of the equation.
But then that puts you into a copious amount of debt. Along with whatever your dad is racking up, that definitely sounds illegal. How do you even open up a credit card in someone else's name? Wouldn't you need their passport ID or social security number? How does this even happen? After the first credit card was open, you must have realized your social security number was compromised or being used without your permission. Definitely seems like there are many issues going on with that family. But that's all I got for you guys today. Let me know what you guys think in the comments down below. YouTube thinks you'll like this video popping up on screen right now. But hopefully you guys enjoyed this video. If you did, please leave a like, and I'll talk to you guys later.